Welcome back to Forum, the only place on the internet that gives you two free guarantee. All right, so today I'm going to be shifting my eyes a little bit because the camera is right there. It's like the front screen, so like when I look at me and what I'm doing, I'm looking away, but I'm not looking away. I'm looking at me, looking at. Anyways, welcome back to Forum. I know this is not the norm. Usually I'm at the table, and yes, we're going to turn the camera around and I'll be at the table. But I just wanted to face the camera, face to face, because you're here. And I don't see you. I'm not one of those weirdos looking through your camera, but I wanted to address the fact that I haven't been around for a bit. We moved, hence why you hear the highway now. We live on a highway now. We moved. And yeah, so just been a really crazy time. Man, I look like a Haji with one of these on. I look like I belong in Johnny Quest. You know, Durka Durka, Muhammad Jihad, Sherpa. Anyways, so that's why I have not been around for a bit. Sorry, everybody. The last thing I want to do is let down my hundreds of subscribers. Hopefully I got 200 by now. That's kind of not how it works, but maybe this time around, I hope so. Man, it's tough. I gotta look at that tiny little dot right there. It's tough. Anyways, I'm going to flip the camera around now. We got some stuff going on. I got a few ideas that I want to implement. So let's get back to the table. Oh, so I'm going to just stop looking this way. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is so much better. Now I can look all over the place and not look like well, I'm not going to say it. So recently I bought myself this. Mainly because let's zoom out a little bit here. Mainly because let's put this away too. There we go. Perfect. It's all about the big picture. Mainly because I couldn't find this. So this is a flissa. This is a Chinese-made. I mean, aren't they all really? D2 steel. I call it kind of a Kep-Art knife. It looks like a Kep-Art knife, don't it? It's way too thick for Kep-Art. He would have probably rejected this, but it's got a 90-degree spine. Very heavy duty. The handle feels okay. It's not bad, but the main reason I bought this is one for D2 steel. Hold on, hold the phone. The scales are a little. Well, it's made in China. You could assume what the quality control would be like. Let's see if we can't fix that up a little later, but for this video, we're gonna just ignore that for right now. So, the reason I got this is because this, which is also what I would consider a Kep-Art style, more Kep-Art than the flissa. This is the BPS. I believe, does it say? No, it does not say. It says it's made in Ukraine, which no doubt. This has kind of a coating on the steel. This is 1066, so it will rust if you don't take care of it. But it came with a coating. This too also had some problems. Not that one. That one. You can see how it's kind of. Well, maybe not so much on the camera, but it's kind of cattywampus. The handle arguably is better. Feels better and is put together a little better. It doesn't oh, come on. doesn't have 3 of the screws, and it also doesn't have the double lanyard hole, which I really appreciate if you're going to use this as a spear or some sort of, attach it to a stick for defense or whatever. So I do appreciate the 2-hole system versus the 1-hole system. But I couldn't find this little sucker. Now, I did use this for hunting last year, and about halfway through a deer, it started to get a little dulsky. It's sharp now that I feel it. It's sharp enough. It would probably get through an animal, but I could definitely tell about halfway through that it was losing its zang. This out of the box, there's a little right here. There's a little burr on it, but this is very sharp out of the box too. $20. I don't know how. D2 steel, $20, but the main difference really between them, aside from handle difference, is the thickness. The flissa is very thick, very heavy, very robust. The BPS is obviously thinner. I would say you would be able to do just about anything with this knife that you wanted. But the main difference was the sheath. This sheath is, you can see it's kind of plasticky. I did burn it here a little bit to see if it would melt. It did not. It did not melt. There is a bit of black there, but it didn't melt. But you can see how plasticky this. I'm sure if I put the lighter to this, it would melt as if it were. It's probably plastic coated. This sheath, much better. You can actually hear it. It sounds like leather. Because it is. Coincidence? I don't think so. I think it probably sounds like leather because it is leather. Comment below if you think it's a coincidence. Now, they do sell these separate. They sell these for like $17. Should you go with one with these, one of the ferro rods and the holder? It's really up to you. But these, I don't know if it's the design of the holder. I don't know if it's me personally being a wimp. Pardon me while I knock you over. But boy, man, how are these things? Maybe it's just the one I got. Good Lord. Yeah, these are incredibly tight. I mean, if you haven't seen the video of me trying to put this in, go check that out. We're gonna get our. So in an emergency situation, yeah, you can get it out for sure. Also, I put it in this way. It seems like it should go that way, like it's kind of built like, and gravity and whatnot. I would not suggest that. I would suggest going in from the underside and man alive. Ugh. Going in from the underside, and I would not trust this to ride this way. Riley, did you just... If there was a fart noise, that was my doggy, not me. I would have said, excuse me. Apparently, I didn't teach manners well enough. But I would not trust gravity with this, even though it's so super duper tight. However, I did give... I know what you're thinking, like, come on, man, just do it. And I did try the flissa in here, and it does fit. So if you get a flissa, save this. Don't throw it in the trash because you never know. But you can get a BPS sheath and use it for a flissa knife. Now, unfortunately, doing that, now my BPS is kind of a little looser than I like, but that's okay. I don't mind. I can always put a piece of shock cord down here and loop it around here, and I need to get a piece of shock cord to get in here and loop it around here, so this way everything stays where it should. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting, and I do absolutely love this knife, and I will be testing this out. I already have 2 doe tags. Come the 11th, I should have my 3rd doe tag, and hopefully I'm able to get 6 this year that are relatively close. Last year I had to get 3 in Lake County's way down south, but didn't matter anyways. The truck broke, so I couldn't go hunting as much as I wanted to anyways. But now the Subi's back on the road, and I'm more than willing to do it old school style, like the 70s, where you saw an Oldsmobile Cutlass Sierra. That's probably not, 70s, but Cutlass Supreme, maybe that was 70s, with the deer tied to the front bumper. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing that with my Subaru Legacy. Rope it. I'll probably rope it to the spoiler, to be honest. But yeah, we're gonna get them this year. Also, I have an idea for obviously this is not pocket sized, but I have an idea for a pocket fishing rod, fishing pole, fishing reel involving this. So if you want to see where I'm going with this, hit that sub button. Yeah. God, I hate asking. But please, if you could, help me out. And maybe we'll get demonetization. Why is that so hard to say? Monetization. I hope so. With your help, I love you all. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.